right, so testing 1, 2, 3, mic check, and remember, you're listening to nothing but the bass. Mic check. Copy. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Mic check. Voch, man, you in the house, fam?
Testing. Where we at?
All right, bro. What's up, fam?
What's happening, brother?
Nothing to it, man. Just trying to get things going, man. Got the other party finna come in a few.
Understood, though, bro. Understood. Appreciate it having me on, man. This is one of the major moves in my career, man.
No, man, you got it going on already, fam.
I'm trying to get like you, man. I'm trying to drop D-balls like Dusty Rose, you, man.
Hell yeah, man. We getting it going, man. Little small town guys, man, from Natchez, man, putting it in on the ones and twos. You know how it go.
Yeah, man. Like I just got off, dog. Like I just got off my little day job. I'm like, I'm gonna jump on this show. We gonna get this thing rocking. You know what I mean? We gonna pull it off, bro.
Yes, indeed, man. I mean, I just can't wait. I just like just talking football in general, man. This is what I love, man.
Football is amazing, and June, July is terrible. But this the last month that we going through without football, man. August right around the corner. We about to be right back lit again.
Right. And then NFL Network done snapped up the damn all 22 deal,
Why they do that?
They going with a new layout, and I guess they didn't have nobody to beta test it first. So they snatched off all the the way where you can search and look up people and stuff like that. So all 22 film is like 3 hours. So when you just want to specify, like say for instance, I was doing the Dez Bryant versus the Janoris Jenkins clip, and you can't specify without it. You gotta watch the entire 3 hour damn clip like old school. So I don't know that I reached out to them. They said they're gonna get everything fixed around the in 6 or 7 weeks from now. So I don't know. When the season kick off, I guess.
Well, shucks, man. Soon as they get going, I'm gonna jump right into it because that's something I've been wanting to do on my channel for a while. Like take the guys I just broke down in college film and show how they transition to the big boys.
Hell yeah, that'll be the groove, man. Just hit me up, man, if you wanna. Let's say if you go do the young trial, what is it, 7-day trial deal?
Yeah.
And need more time or something like that, hit me up, man. I'll slide you the password. You know how it goes. You know how we do Netflix password, fam. I got you, man.
I got you, man. Yeah, but that's
your pocket. It's $130, man.
That's a big investment, bro. I wouldn't even do you like that, man. This ain't even like a Netflix. That's a big investment, but it's gonna make the money right back though.
Right, man. I'll tell them they finna kick in soon, but apologize for the tardiness, but I'll tell them I'll tell the guys off camera, last week that hell, my computer crashed on me, fam. And that's when I had like 3,000 subscribers. I was making I had like $600 from YouTube money. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I said, well, I'm gonna reinvest this money. My baby was like, what you finna do? I'm finna put this money back in, and I put the money back in. And my channel been jumping ever since then. I even got 2 terabytes. I got a Lenovo,
Yeah.
And my brother's like, bruh, you should go with a Mac, man. You should go with a Mac. And I was like, man, get out of here, man. I'm a Microsoft guy,
Hey, man.
And then that bitch crashed on, and when it crashed on me, man, I was like, oh Lord.
Hey, man, the YouTube is lucrative, man, but they love to hit me with them little copyright strikes. So I figured them hoes out, though, bro. I cropped that little ESPN, ABC off.
Killed them, yeah. But they don't hit you with the copyright with the all 22 though. So
okay.
And, any major. What's up, fam? Everybody into the house, okay?
Salute y'all. What's happening?
Thanks for having me. What's up, Voch?
Cowboy up.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on, time out. Let me run and grab. Let me just leave this right here.
Look at that chair, boy. What's up, Foots, man? What's going on with you, fam?
Hey, you got me clear, Law?
Man, you clear as crystal, man. You crystal clear, fam. And
nice. Joe Rod.
Joe Rod, I see you.
What's up, Foots?
Oh
I'm at
yeah,
my grandmother's house, so let me get the light right. All right, we locked in.
man. So man, well, get everybody settled in before we start. It's live now, but I'm gonna crop all this stuff out, man. There's so many people been asking me, like, when you gonna go live, LT? When you gonna go live, Lord, however, whatever you guys call me. So I'm sitting there like, man, I gotta wait till I get out of prison with this thing, man.
And they got you, man.
Man, they hit me up, ESPN. They hated on me, man.
Free Law Nation.
That's crazy.
I'm going over
Yeah,
to the Free
man.
Law Nation.
They hit me up with the okie doke talking about copyright infringement, copyright strike takedown for the young draft, and had like
That's
4,000 people in the room too. There's like, yeah,
Don't even worry about it, bro. We gonna
crazy.
get back right, man. Fresh out of jail, just made bail, California dreaming.
yes, indeed. So start July the 26th, I'll be free. So, so when we gonna kick it off? Y'all ready to kick it off? Y'all ready to roll?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes,
I'm
indeed,
locked in, man.
So I gotta get the voice together,
97.7 playing the jams for you. What would you like to hear tonight?
Hits and oldies.
Reporting
best.
from you live. It's Law Nation.
You're here live. All right, man. I got my yak going, man. So y'all apologize for that. It's the 4th of July, right?
Yes,
All right,
sir.
so I'm just not gonna do the Nolan Carroll deal. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm not gonna get in nobody's car. All right,
Do it,
guys,
man. Do it.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Reviews. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Law Nation Film Review. Thank you guys for tuning in to Law Nations. Today we got Voch Lombardi in the house. We got Foots the King, Cowboys Nation TV,
Yo.
and we got Cowboys Blog in the mix, man. What's going on, guys?
What is up, man?
Law, what's going on, big bro? Voch, Joe Rod, how's everybody?
Man, it's Voch Lombardi. We back like bro. Try to drop these bows like Dusty Rose. Thanks for having me. I'm amongst stars. Salute to y'all, man. What's happening?
Hey, Cowboys everywhere. Let's get it.
Can I just say something real fast though, man? On my YouTube channel, I break down film, and I get a lot of people from all different types of football backgrounds, man. I got people, these Packers fans, or these Panthers fans, these Redskins fans. It feels good to do something for my people, to be a part of the Cowboys community. So all three of y'all, salute for having me, man. Cowboy,
Salute.
up, man.
Cowboys up,
Salute.
man.
There you go.
Yes, indeed, man. That's what I love to hear, man. Hey, the volume not too loud on my end, right? Is everything good?
That's good.
You
Good?
sound
Okay.
good, brother. You sound golden.
All right, fam. So as we get things going, man, I just want to be able to start off by talking about the 53-man roster. A lot of people out there just thinking, hey, I like Jaha Thomas, or I like the Alfred Morris kid, or I like the Lucky Whiteheads of the world. I'm just trying to tell everybody you can't window dress your roster. You got to be able to just understand that this team is in the need of defense. So if we go less with one player, we may have to push another player to the other side. So I just want to give a notion from you guys and see how you guys feel about this roster and how you guys feel about the whole 53-man roster. Who do you guys moonlighting, or who do you guys have an eye on per se? Voucher, let me know what you got, man.
I feel like I hate the media narrative when it comes to this football team, man, because 1 minute Brandon Carr can't get it done. 1 minute Mo Claiborne can't stay healthy. 1 minute this guy can't do this. And we finally get rid of those people and get more aggressive corners. We get more younger corners, faster corners. Now all of a sudden we can't do it without Mo Claiborne and Brandon Carr. I can't stand that narrative. What I think is Rod Marinelli is a level 80 wizard. And how we win is we play back, we clog, we come up, and we tackle. Jadobi Woods is a maniac. Jordan Lewis is a maniac. Xavier Woods is a maniac. I think when you add maniacs to your team like that, that boy from Notre Dame last year coming back, we added speed, we got youth. I think this defense is going to do way better than anybody expected to. The offense is going to do what it do. Don't worry about that. But the defense is definitely going to be way better than it was last year.
Yes, indeed. So, Foots, man, what are your thoughts, man, on this defense altogether collectively?
Whoa, that's a tough act to follow, man. Voch bringing his fastball.
Thunder, man.
Yeah. Listen, so I like that Voch hit the DBs because that's who I wanted to hit. when you think about Nolan Carroll, right? I was just looking up his contract numbers. It's a 4-year deal. I mean, it's a $4 million deal. I want to say 2 years. I don't have the exact numbers on that, but it's not a number that the Cowboys can't get rid of. It's not a number that will hurt them tremendously. So what I'm thinking, and this is just me, watch this in training camp, Law, and we spoke about moving forward to training camp battles and what may happen. Watch Cheeto to safety. I'm serious. I've been reading about that.
Wow.
I've been seeing that position flex wise. Watch Jordan Lewis to the outside, and watch Scandrick and maybe Anthony Brown outside, inside with flex, and then maybe Nolan Carroll odd man out, especially if Marquez White, comes to training camp and he shows off a little bit and he shows that he can play, and maybe we just get rid of that contract. And I also like what you said about Alfred Morris. That's another guy who I think, just looking at him, watching film, he just looks slow. Doesn't look like he has the same vision that he had in Washington. Obviously, they ran a zone scheme in Washington, but just looking at Alfred Morris, he could be one of those odd men left out.
Can we please have a moment of silence for Alfred Morris? I really think he's going to be bagging groceries next year.
I mean, a good guy overall, man, but damn, he's a liability in pass pro, man, and he just can't catch out of the backfield. And we need guys, man, to play special teams. I saw Rod Smith run down there Laterwood during kickoff returns. I saw your young guy Keith Smith doing some things out there. So, I mean, we need some soldiers out there. And I do know that we want us to window dress the roster board, but at the same time, you can't. Joe, man, you get into the mix, man. What are you feeling about this whole situation?
Man, I feel good about the defense, man. Honestly, I'm more optimistic than I was, the last year or two before, with Claiborne and a lot of these other guys. We kind of knew what they were all about. Carr and Claiborne, these guys, we got guys that are injured, guys that get burnt on certain kind of plays. I think starting from, turning the page on those guys and bringing in this new crew all together, get that camaraderie going, man. And I'm just, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to Cheeto out there. Like Foots, said, he's got that versatility. I think they like him like they like Byron Jones. So you can see him in nickel. And I feel good about it, man. I think the rush is going to get there. The elusive sacks, we got to have them. And I think they're going to start coming here in waves with Rod's defense. He likes to bring the pressure in waves. I think we have better depth. That's the thing we've had problem with here in the past, is the quality of depth hasn't been good. I think we've upgraded that depth. So I'm feeling good about the defense.
No doubt, man. Voch, man, what is your scouting report on Cheeto, man? What's your scouting report? What is your deal on him?
Real fast before I do that, I had a point, man.
Go ahead.
When was the last time we seen Rod Marinelli excited? You know what I'm saying? Every single year we always say, man, if we can get Rod Marinelli some talent. He always go out there with these scrubs, with these old men that get half off at Denny's, these former athletes, these busts, these first round picks that never did nothing. We finally got this man some winners. When we drafted Joey Ivy, boy, Rod Marinelli was like,
yeah.
The last time I saw Rod Marinelli stand on the table for somebody, it was Malik.
Exactly.
It was Malik Collins, man, and it was plenty guys on the board. That last year's DT class, it was full, and it was plenty guys that we could have got. And we got Malik Collins. We all went like this. But when you think about it, Rod Marinelli stood on the table for that guy. And look how that turned out, man.
Man, he beat down his chest for that guy, man.
And Joey Ivy and all those guys, man. I'm confident with the guys that we giving Rod. As far as Cheeto, position flex, man. He might end up playing safety, because my whole thing is when we drafted him in the second round, I was like, man, I can see that dude playing nickel day one. The thing, in my opinion, is I think Jordan Lewis is a better nickel guy. So Cheeto is going to eventually take over the outside role, but he going to be smacking people from strong safety, from free safety, inside, outside special teams, wherever you need Cheeto. He got to make your final roster, because he going to plug in so many of those spots, man. He can cover inside, outside, short area quickness. Like I said earlier, he's a maniac. He ain't got the best tackle technique in the world, but we gonna teach him that. He ain't got the best tackle technique in the world, but he's a maniac. He won't run from nobody. He don't like to dive. He like to knock people out. Love Chidobe.
In case in point, so man, with that, man, hey, I'm fired for him, I'm lit for him. But when you say that, man, you're leaving out the X. You leaving out the X, man. What we gonna do with Xavier Woods, fam?
That's what's so polarizing about this draft class, because Xavier Woods a maniac too, and Jordan Lewis is a great slot guy, man. But we like to play guys in squads. Like, we have a big army, but we play them in squads, man. Okay, this is going to be the Heath, Awuzie, Jones, Carroll squad, and they'll go out and play. And then we'll go and switch it up a little bit, keep guys fresh. Like my man said earlier, we got depth now. You would see us be animals in the first half of the game, but we'll kind of get tired. We'll start to leaning over a little bit, and they'll beat us down. We'll get worse towards the end of the game. We got depth now, young man depth. Chidobe Awuzie get to be a maniac for all 4 quarters. Xavier Woods get to be a maniac for all 4 quarters. Jalen Smith get to be a maniac for 3.5 quarters, whatever his snap count may be. I'm excited, man.
This boy, and you know what? Bars, boy.
And the thing is, too, piggybacking off what Voch said, like, that's the thing. That's the beauty about drafting deep in the position, is that it'll kind of cancel itself out when you think about competition. Think about if you ever tried out, play basketball, and you had a bunch of guards. Well, the best ones will elevate to the top. And if you got somebody on your tail or you got somebody on your ass, you got somebody who like, I'm coming for your position, it'll make you want to play better. You know what? That is, to me, the biggest problem that Dallas, over these last 10 years, and you think about with Tony, Dallas never brought in anybody to challenge Tony Romo at the backup quarterback position. I'm talking about somebody who could actually play. Not scrubs like Kellen Moore and Matt Casserole. I'm talking about guys.
John Kitna, remember him?
Like, yeah, John Kitna. Yeah, like drafted a 3rd round guy who actually had potential. When you draft all these corners, because honestly, the best pure cover corner out of all of them is Jordan Lewis. I'm telling you that now.
Man, Jordan Lewis lockdown, boy.
Exactly. And he makes plays. So you want to get all these guys in a room and say, go get a job. And let the best man win. That's how you keep your roster fresh. That's how you keep your roster young. So I like what Voch is talking about.
Yes, indeed. Joe, what you got, man? What you feeling on?
Man, it's all about this secondary right now, right? So it's like I've said this before in some of my other videos here, but it's like, we're drafting for right now, but at the same time, you're kind of drafting for future needs. And I think these guys, like Foot said here, we're not married to Carroll's contract, 2-year deal. They could move on from him, this year if they wanted to. Next year, even easier to move on from him. So, and you got these guys in place that can fill the voids for Scandrick, Carroll, and I think they're just, man, they've been drafting beautifully here, man. I love the method of the madness, as you could say, from Will McClay and Stephen Jones. These guys, they're getting it done,
So collectively, guys, y'all think that they're going to go with 10 defensive backs? Because I'm going to run out that list again. I got Nolan Carroll, Byron Jones, Jeff Heath, Orlando Scandrick, Anthony Browns, AB, Chidobe Awuzie, Jordan Lewis, Marquez White, Kevon Frazier, Xavier Woods, and I had Robert Blanton, odd man out. So who do you guys think that's on the bubble out of that list then?
It would be White for me, White and Carroll.
White and Carroll, okay.
If I had to choose, just because Lewis, once he gets it and starts and jumps in that slide, and you know what? A curveball would be Scandrick, but I don't think that's going to happen. But it just, you don't know with Scandrick if he's going to be healthy. Like, this is my thing about Orlando Scandrick. I told Joe this too. I just don't want him moseying through camp. We have a very small window to capture. The Cowboys do. So I just don't want him moseying through camp, taking days off. And he's going to be on a pitch count because he's one of the older players. He's one of like 3 that's only 30. But you get my point, Law. Like, I don't want him I want all of these guys practicing. Scandrick is 2 years from the injury. Last year he didn't give us much. I want them all practicing. My point. But so to answer your question, Nolan and White.
And okay. And we picked White the same range that we picked AB last year. So not calling White the next AB, but it's something about that. What were we, a 6th round pick or something like that? Something about that slot, man. And he got the side, he got the height and length, but I don't think he just need to eat a few more biscuits to get that weight up, though. Kid kind of light in the pocket.
Yeah. I agree.
Voch, man, who you thinking, man? Who you feeling out of that 10 DBs, man?
First and foremost, me personally, Can we have a moment of silence for the young man Jamil Showers? Can we send him back? Can we send him back to the
I left him
quarterback
clean
room?
off the list.
Can we send him back to the quarterback room or something and let Kellen go run behind Linehan or something? Watch Marquez White be the best cornerback in this rookie group. Just watch. Just knowing our luck and Will McClay just finding gems and guys. He didn't get too much playing time in Florida State. Watch he just develop into this long, lengthy guy. That's something else we got too. We got length, man. Chidobe and Jordan long as hell. They got long arms. But but as far as my bubble guys, yeah, man, Blanton out of there. I don't think we're married to Orlando Scandrick because during the draft we was trying to ship him. we was trying to, and we can possibly save money there to go get some other guy. Player acquisition is 24/7, like Stephen Jones says. We're not married to the older guys, Nolan Carroll, Scandrick, Blanton. We're not married to them. We did such a great job of getting young quickly. You see what I'm saying? So all the old heads, man, they better come with their best, bro.
They better come with it. What you got, Joe? What you got on the DB?
And I'm going with Blanton and Marquez White for right now. The wild card is going to be here. What happens with Jordan Lewis's trial here on the 24th? How does this go? How does this affect any of this? I'm hoping that it's gone and we don't have to worry about it. But if something happens here, we may have to carry another guy here, and maybe this guy that we carry does something in his absence. But we'll see. But for right now, Blanton and Marquez White for me.
Blanton and Marquez White. All right. Well, go ahead.
I know we just got Kayvon Frazier last year.
Right.
When you look at the strong safety position.
Exactly. Good point,
yeah.
First of all, I like what Jeff Heath is doing. First, the only reason we hate Jeff Heath is because he does what he's supposed to do. He got run over by Adrian Peterson. What else you want him to do? He lost to Calvin Johnson in a jump ball. What else you want him to do? Besides that, dude's been nothing but solid. That's a strong safety. Xavier Woods is a strong safety. Chidobe Awuzie can play strong safety. We ain't got to carry that many of them. Kevon Frazier got to compete for his spot. He may not be there.
Yeah.
And corners may be more valuable than strong safeties at this point because we got so many of them. Don't forget, Nolan Carroll can go play free safety if you need him to.
Didn't think about that, man.
Didn't
think about that.
That's what makes these discussions so great, man. We got points of views from all kinds of guys here. That's a good point, Voch. I like that, man.
And you know what? Piggybacking on that, Voch, I know you do a lot of draft and college breakdown. That's actually Kayvon. I know Dallas is really with us playing a Tampa 2 scheme. We really need guys who can cover sideline, and that's not his strong suit.
Nope.
From at least film that I've watched.
Kayvon
will blow you up. He'll blow you up, but recognition, play recognition, ball, air, seat, go get ball. That's not really him.
Kayvon is basically mini Barry Church, and I love Barry Church, but Barry Church was a box guy, so to speak. But you look at Xavier Woods and Chidobe Awuzie, those are two players that have played strong, free, and cornerback. So, if you want to keep your little diversity there, you want to keep your range there. On my channel, I say cover a lot of grass. You want some people with range that can move around. Kayvon ain't got a bunch of that. Xavier Woods got plenty. Plus, he'll knock your head off, take your lunch money, and shoot a middle finger at your mom in the crowd.
Yes, indeed. The boy's a beast, man. But the one thing that I fear about Xavier, right, the X, is that he may just be like a Dak Prescott. He may just be a game type of guy. Because word on the street is that right now, of course, we ain't playing with everybody playing with t-shirts and shorts on, but he may be a gamer. Whereas you just really can't really see and gauge what he's going to do out there during practice. So, because he plays with so much instinct. So, yeah, he may be not an odd man out, but just maybe a slow start.
It's all about his confidence, man. You watch Xavier Woods one game, it looked like he got 2 left feet. But you watch him one game when he knows what's in front of him. He understands the other team. He knows his playbook. He knows tendencies. He flies around the football field. One game he got like 12 tackles or something. By him.
That was it. I forget. I want to say the Mississippi. He actually played against Dak in college. He had a good game that game. And then there was another game I was scouting. I forget who he was playing. Oh, it was the kid that just. It was a kid that just got drafted. I forget their colors. They're red and white. But I think I know what Voch is talking about. He had like 7 tackles, a pick. He was all over the place. So I agree. I agree with that on Xavier Woods.
Yes, indeed, Joe. All right, so yes, indeed, Foot. So, Joe, what you got, man? Anything else? We're gonna move over to linebacker.
Let's move to linebackers.
All right, I got
That's Joe's
Sean Lee.
position right there.
Yeah, man, that's hell of a breakdown of the 10 DBs
I've been
that we
waiting
got.
3 months for this, dog. I don't get to talk a lot of Cowboys on my channel, man. Salute.
Salute. All right, so we got also we got Sean. I got Sean Lee, Anthony Hitchens. I got 7 linebackers out here. Anthony Lee. I said Anthony Lee. Sean Lee, Anthony Hitchens, Damian Wilson, Kyle Weber, Jalen Smith, Mark Nizacha, and Lucas Waka. And word on the street that John Luatule, I can't say his name. I heard he's doing a lot of things out there too. So, do you guys know anything about the linebacker core out there? Should we go out and market somebody like the Darryl Washingtons of the world, or I think the guy named Zach Ora, or we pretty smooth and solid where we at? What are you guys feeling? What's the temperature? Would you guys feel about this linebacking core?
I'll jump in first, real quick, short and sweet. Linebackers is going to be dominated. Headline's going to be dominated by Jalen Smith. We know that. But I'm going to say this. Watch Damian Wilson at every position. Watch him at weak. Watch him at Sam. Watch him at strong. Because the thing I love about Damian Wilson, he can run, and he's gotten better with every opportunity. My 2 chopping block guys, Law, I like Watcher. Probably more of a practice squad guy. And then I like Nizacha, but can't stay healthy. And he can do some things. But see, with linebackers, we're not going to know until actual preseason games, and we can see who can fill. And everybody's going to come with all these proclamations about Jalen. I was listening to some guys saying Jalen's this, Jalen's that. We just got to see him go out there and make a tackle. If he can run and he can still hit, he can play linebacker, especially in our scheme. So, to me, Damian Wilson is my guy to watch. And then my bubble guys, Hitchens is safe. Wilbur, bubble, just because there's youth at the position. And if Jalen pans, you're going to, you know what I mean? You're just going to run out of numbers. And then Nizacha. So that's me.
That's
short
you.
and sweet. Short and sweet.
All right, who got it next, man? Who got it next on the linebackers?
Go ahead, Joe.
All right.
I got plenty to say. Go ahead, Joe.
Nah, I think I'm gonna go with Watcha there. I'm not sure he'll make it there. And then Nizacha, I think his injury concerns here, his knees. This is a position that I could see the Cowboys adding somebody here, to right up to camp and maybe sometime during camp if they don't like what they're seeing here. But Damian Wilson, this is the guy to watch for me as well. I think this guy, he's a missile, man. He just reads and reacts really good, sideline to sideline. I really like how he goes after the ball and he'll hit you. Okay, so and I like what Eberflus has been doing here with the linebackers. I think he should get some recognition for what he's done with the linebackers here. Sean Lee, great, man. I mean, last year was probably his most healthiest season to date. If we can get another year like that from him, even better. Jalen Smith, icing on the cake if we can get him here as an upgrade over Hitchens. But Hitchens has shown that he could be a capable guy, but we want more than capable. We want Jalen Smith to be that guy making plays here for us. So that's how I feel about the linebackers, but I think at some point along here they might add somebody, just for the – I just feel like we're a little thin there.
A little thin on linebacker. But the thing is, there's a conundrum before my guy Voch go. The conundrum aspect of linebackers is this is a dying breed. More teams going, nickel now? They're going with the 2 linebacker set. So it's a lot. It's harder for a linebacker to make his meat out there or make his earnings out there, if you want to call it. So, Voch, man, what are your thoughts, man, on it collectively?
We definitely going to play a lot of nickel, bro. We're going to play a lot of dime because we got a lot of corners, a lot of DBs.
I didn't think about that.
I think we're gonna look at a lot of linebackers because somebody got to play kickoff, and we gotta and what I call Jalen Smith insurance. We're really gonna get a good idea during training of what Jalen Smith can or cannot do. If we got to start him on pup because it's looking kind of shaky for him, go ahead, Foot. I'm gonna let you go ahead and go, bro, because I got plenty. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Foot.
No. I was just agreeing. I'm listening to you, guys.
Okay, cool.
That's a good point.
Jalen Smith insurance, and somebody got to play kickoff. So we're going to look at more linebackers than we probably need. It's going to be 6. I think they're going to be inclined to get 7. So, you know, guys like Watcher, he might make it. Guys like Latulele, he may survive for, you know, 4 weeks or so, just on the weak side, strong side, maybe so. But these guys like Keenan Gilchrist, you know, like Darnell, Leslie, they not gonna make it. We basically focusing on this big 6, then whoever we're gonna, you know, use for Jalen Smith insurance. Now, when you watch Damian Wilson when he played in Minnesota, dude was all over the field. But you know, you got to make that transition to pro football. This is 3rd year now, so it's right on time for him, you know, to kind of make it shake a little bit. On the strong side, he's gonna be taking on a bunch of blacks. He's gonna be getting his head in there. That's what I like about Damian Wilson, because when you watch him in Minnesota, CTE, Schmeete, he didn't care nothing about his head. He jumped right in that funk, and you got to have that from your sandbacker, because we don't want Sean Lee to get touched. Shouts out to Sean Lee making it 16 games. We finally got it out of him. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed.
Finally got it out of him. And, you know, Jalen Smith, it's cool to be optimistic about Jalen Smith, but just in case, Anthony Hitchens ain't never did nothing wrong for nobody. Anthony Hitchens has done nothing but be reliable for us. He may not be the name you want. We always want that perfect wet dream of Sean Lee and some animal. And we finally got that potential Jalen Smith-Sean Lee marriage, but we got to see what we got. And if we don't have Jalen Smith, man, move Hitchens right up in there. You won't lose a step. As far as Nzacha, he does have this problem where he likes to lay down and go ouch, but somebody got to play kickoff. I feel like if he gets hurt for an elongated period of time, he might be out the door immediately. Even more time for Watcher to step right up in there and just, you know, fit right in place. So we'll see, but I think before we compromise the team by adding a lot more linebackers, I think we'll just resort to different packages. You know, we won't just say, oh, we got to play 4-3. Let's add more linebackers. We'll just say, okay, let's just carry 5 linebackers and play a bunch of diamond nickel. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, that's deep, man.
And you know what? To piggyback off that, that's why that last segment we just did, Law, is so important.
100%.
You got to have a Cheeto. If you're going to play that diamond, that nickel, because what Dallas going to do, because this was going to happen when we're on offense, teams are going to start sneaking that safety up. Well, if you sneak that safety up against us, we're going to hit you over the head with that. You know, we're going to play pick your poison. If you try to go 5 wide, if you try to go nickel against us, we're going to say, okay, 5 down linemen, you're 4 linemen, or whatever defensive alignment you're in, and we're going to run the ball. You better have corners and safeties who want to tackle. And you know what I'm saying, Law? And
yeah, so, I feel exactly what you're saying.
You gotta have corners and safeties who want to stick their head in. So
just to explain that, AB, he stick his head down there. He's not afraid to tackle. Chidobe, he's not afraid to tackle. And I see that Jordan Lewis, he flies to the ball and he's not afraid to tackle. So
I was just about to say, this is a real good time to say Chidobe Awuzie also played a little bit of linebacker in Colorado. Go ahead.
Nah, he did. Man, I need to watch some more film on this guy.
Oh yeah. Watch his USC film. Watch his Colorado. He had a big game against Washington too. He played well.
He's like 205, right? Oh, he played bigger than his weight.
He's big enough. That's his weight. His weight is big enough.
Yeah, Joe put me on him.
Dude, man.
What'd you say, Joe?
No, he's a big dude, man. He, you know, that picture that they had of the guys there with their shirts off. He looked like the most cut. He looked like he's already been in the league here under a NFL, program. I mean, he's a big guy.
He looks like a warrior, is what he looks like.
Yeah, he does. He looks like a Spartan. There you go.
I agree.
300.
Hey, man, but although, man, we're talking about linebackers and stuff like that, man, but Kyle Weber, man, every year he seems to make a play. He won that game for us against the Minnesota Vikings, believe it or not. He coming down there getting that fumble, and then the year before that, he came down and made a fumble or pick up a fumble and count the pick 6. I mean, not pick 6, but pick up the ball and made 6 points out of it. So I don't know, man. Although he's never been the prototypical linebacker, but he also can get down on the defensive end too, so as well. So I don't know, man. It's just so many things. Just looking at the roster can be so fickle, man. But I love my grimish type of guys that can play special team. I love that type of people, man.
I agree.
All right, man. We could jump along, man. We're moving pretty fast here, man. We can look at the defensive lineman. Y'all all good?
Yeah,
all right,
I'm good.
man. We can look at defensive lineman. I got 10. I got DeMarcus Lawrence, D-Law. I got Malik Collins. I got Cedric Thornton. I got Tyrone Crawford, DeMontre Moore, Stephen Paea, Joey Ivy. Got a little bubble on him. And I got Benson Mayowa. I got Taco. And I got Charles Tapper. And I got David P.E.D. Irving.
If we got rid of Tyrone Crawford before September, would any of y'all be surprised?
Oh, man.
Yo, Voch, get out my head, dog.
I feel like we pay this man a particular amount of money to play a particular job. And I'm just looking at the depth chart on paper. We don't have designated starters right now, but Tyrone's he's making like what, $8 million this year, something like that. Malik gonna be starting 3-tech. Sorry.
Yep.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Taco, if not starting, he's gonna get solid rotation at one of those ends, and Lawrence is gonna be at the other one. Mayo will lead us in sacks. Irvin got to be in the rotation somewhere. Where do you fit this $8 million player? You know, you don't pay rotational guys $8 million. I don't think you miss that much when you pull Tyrone out the rotation.
And then you bring in Pia, and then you, like you said, Voch, Marinelli's bread and butter is defensive line. So he brings in Pia. He loved Joey Ivy. With Tyrone Crawford is this. When you have two positions, especially at a position like defensive line, you have none. I like the whole position flex thing, but every position grouping on the field can't be a position flex type of a deal. Like corner and safety, I get it because it's more natural back there. But when you talking about the D line, I need to know if you're going to be a left end, and that's your position, a right end, and that's your position, or a 3-tech, and that's your position. Like, these guys aren't, you know, Lawrence Taylor, or like, you have to have, I want you to have a role and play it. You see what I'm saying? For me, and that's my thing. That is the biggest thing with Tyrone Crawford, because like you said, Malik Collins came straight in, missed all the training camp instantly, 3-tech. Like, Marinelli knew exactly what he was. It's still amazing to me that dude missed all of training camp, Law. Like, he missed all the training camp. He had the most sacks on the D-line. He had 5 sacks last year at the 3.
As the 3.
Crazy.
Man, that's
all that trash he got to fight through. And so Tyrone Crawford, I forget what year he teased us, but ever since then, injury, doesn't show up, slow, doesn't, you know what I mean? So that's my thoughts.
Well, I'm going to be the apologist for Tyrone Crawford. They were saying that he was playing out of position. They were forcing him out to the edge, playing left end or what have you, coming out to the rushing out to the quarterback, in which he more so they need to kick him to the inside. And they were just saying that he had a shoulder problem, and that's why Jack Crawford was stealing some of his sacks. Not Tyrone Crawford, Jack Crawford.
Everybody got a shoulder problem.
Yeah.
Everybody hurt, man. I want to hear that.
We don't want to hear that. We want production, man. We want productivity.
He was out of position. He didn't do much of the 3-tech neither. Hear that?
Yes, it do.
Listen, if Jack Crawford's stealing your shine, it's a problem. I love Jack Crawford. But
then this rookie, Malik Collins, come in and outproduce in 1 year and make us go, in 1 year, more than you ever done in 4?
Man.
Get Tyrone Crawford out of here.
Get him out of here, huh?
Need to bag some groceries somewhere.
Joe, man, what you got, man? Look what you got, Joe.
Tyrone Crawford.
Honestly, man, I'm with Voch on this, and you know, some fans they like their players. You talk stuff about their fan, and they get all mad about it. But it is what it is.
Oh, we're gonna get a lot of hate mail on this. Trust me.
Yeah, man. Tyrone Crawford, his career. I wrote an article on this a couple of months ago. His career mimics Danny Noonan. If you remember Danny Noonan, first guy. You know, really didn't do anything. The Cowboys started bringing in younger guys here. Jimmy Jones, Russell Maryland, those guys, they flushed them out. He didn't have a position. I feel like this is the career arc that Tyrone Crawford is on as well. You know, bringing in these younger guys, younger talent, better talent. And eventually, you know, Tyrone Crawford, he's not doing the things that he needs to do to lock up a position here. He's a player without a position. And when you got a guy like that, where's the value? And then the bloated contract doesn't help either. So they could, they could, release him, but
if we paying you $8 million, I don't want to have to bring in these new young animals to get you to play with some fire under you. Can I cuss?
That's right.
Go ahead, do
some
your
fire
thing.
under your ass, man. You're supposed to line up. You're supposed to make your money by yourself. But I tell you what, if he ain't push now, I bet Malik gonna come push him. I bet he gonna try. Well, coach, at least I can play the defensive end spot, and young Taco come out there, and let's not forget about Charles Tapper.
Got all about Charles, man.
Yeah, Charles
Moore trying to get a spot. Benson Mayo out here leading the team in sacks. Where you gonna play, Tyrone Crawford?
So after the 4th week, we're looking for a cut. We're looking for a drop off, right? After the 4th week, that's when Irvin come back, right? So we're looking for somebody to get on out of here, right? Somebody gonna be the odd man out. Trade. Nobody won't trade for that, right?
Nobody want Tyrone Crawford.
Well, we should have cut because we could have got what, $10 or $6 million off the cap.
Insurance, man. You just can't walk into the offseason getting rid of guys before cut dates, man, because you never know what's gonna happen. We up here talking about Tyrone Crawford, but let Malik Collins be out for the season. Now we're like, oh my God, we need Tyrone Crawford. You see what I'm saying?
True that.
So I feel that you got to cover your own butt, man. But as long as Malik foot don't hurt, come on, man.
6, 7 sacks, man. So let's go to this other position group, man. This is one of your specialties, Voch. This is the most technical position. Your feet got to be right. Your hips, your hand placement, your hat level, pad level got to be low, and all this stuff. You got to play with leverage. I'm talking about the O-line. I got 8 offensive linemen coming in on this thing right here. I got Tyrone Crawford. I got Tyrone Crawford. I got Tyron Smith, man. Joe Looney, Travis Frederick, Zach Martin. I got Lyle Collins, Jonathan Cooper, Emmett Cleary, and I got Chaz Green. We all know that Byron Bell, he made his play weight. He made it down to 3. He was like 360. He got all the way down to like 328. So he got down to 328. So the guy's lean. He looked fit, but he's kind of long in the tooth. So give me you guys a breakdown evaluation of how y'all feel on this O-line.
You mean to tell me Tyrone Crawford over here walking around being sorry and Emmett Cleary could be the best one take on the team? I mean, Byron Bell at 3. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'll go last.
Come on, Joe. Let me know what you feel on this O-line.
Man, the O-line, there's a lot of names there, man, but we got I think we're going to carry a lot of these guys, obviously, through training camp in the preseason, because we need to figure out who's going to play here for sure at left guard and at a high level, because your line is only as good as your weakest link, So we're sticking with Lyle Collins there at right tackle. I think he's got shades of Eric Williams, a Mahler type guy, somebody that's he's gonna do better than Free, I think, in some of these pass protections. But we'll see
before you go further, I forgot that I left out Dan Skipper. That's
Dan Skipper, probably more of a practice squad guy. But you never know. Some of these guys could surprise you. But we'll see, man. For me, I'm really looking forward to see who locks up that left guard position. Is it going to be Chaz Green? And if it is Chaz Green, how much do you trust that he'll hold up through the season? If that's the case, you got to have another good player underneath him, like your swing guard. So I think the guard position is one to really watch here for camp and preseason. You need at least two solid guys at the guard position.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like Jonathan Cooper is going to get the shot there. They're saying he's one of the stronger guys there. So we'll see, man. We'll see what he does.
No doubt, Foots, man. What you got on this deal?
Again, I know we agreeing a lot, but me and Joe Rod, we do a weekly show, and we talk, and there's certain things that this is one that we do agree on again. And you thinking about this, I think Ron Leary is such an underrated loss, just because he is often the odd guy left out, but he just had that dog in him.
Hey, before you go further on that, man, I just had to say this. 2 years in a row. I'm not just trying to be crazy in saying this, but my guy Lyle Collins beat out Ron Leary 2 years in a row. But keep going.
He beat him out, Law.
He did.
But when Lyle got hurt, beat. You know what I mean? And when it comes to run technique wise, I really think that Leary played with just such great power. Do y'all remember that Houston Texans game when he just put J.J. Watt on his ass a couple times? Go in the league, and Ron Leary was running through him. All that said, I think that's a very underrated position because Dak will be able to see pressure on the outside. If you remember, we wanted to make sure our guards were locked in because Tony can get rid of pressure on the outside. It was coming from the inside. It's real trouble, and we need to have that shared up.
Yes, indeed, man. I feel what you're saying.
You know what I mean? That left guard position is very underrated. And it's like I remember when Cooper was coming out of what school did that dude go to? I remember when he was coming out of school.
Came out of Stanford.
And, yeah. Hey man, we breaking up, man. You breaking up, fam. But I'm gonna hold you to that, man. I'm gonna take a look at that, man. But yeah, that left guard is something else. But when you playing inside, man, Tyron Smith, and you playing beside Travis, you got to shine, man. It's so much that you got these two pillars right beside you, man. You got to show up and show out. But Voch, man, what you got, man? What you got?
I think Dallas Cowboys fans have gotten so spoiled with this offensive line narrative. I feel like if we don't have the absolute best Legion of Doom offensive line in the league, we panic and get terrified. I think La'el Collins doesn't have any pressure at all because all you got to do is be better than Doug Free, and that's not too much to beat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So first and foremost, I think we're fine at right tackle. I think the conversation came down to who would be what would the better situation be, La'el at guard and Chaz at tackle, or the other situation, right? Or the inverse, or Cooper at guard and La'el at tackle. I think La'el at tackle is better because he's the better athlete. He's the better lineman first and foremost. You can hide Jonathan Cooper in there because Tyron on this side, Travis on this side. See what I'm saying? As long as you're not the worst guard in the league, I think we'll be just fine. As long as you can get a hat on the hat, right? We're used to moving our guys 10 yards down the field. We ain't got to move them 10 yards. Just move them 3. You move them 3 and let Zeke do the rest. So I think we're fine at the offensive line as a whole. I have 8 guys as well. First of all, Dan Skipper needed to go play for OKC and go get some rebounds or something. He like 6'10" with the longest arms I've ever seen in his life. He's going to have a big problem with leverage. I hope he figures that out at some point. I think what is going to come down to is Cooper's going to be left guard, Collins at right tackle, and the 2 main guys is going to be Joe Looney and Chaz Green because Joe Looney is our guard center flex guy, and they've been trying Chaz at guard, so Chaz will be our guard tackle flex guy. And if we can add an 8th guy to that, it could be Emmett Cleary, it could be Byron Bell if he loses another 30 or so pounds and get down to 380. You know what I'm saying? So it really I think we're fine at offensive line, man. I would carry 8, 7 would be cool. I think it's all about that defense, though, man. If you walk into a game with 7 offensive line just to be able to have more on defense, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, another point too with the La'el versus Ron Leary, talk y'all had earlier. First and foremost, I love Ron Leary. I just can't pay $9 million, bro. We got to take that 9 and give it to Zach. But as far as the whole run game got better narrative, I agree when La'el Collins went down, the run game got better, but Zeke also became more patient and we moved him back a couple more yards. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot that we could put on Zeke running better. I think La'el will be just fine. I think Cooper will be cool on the inside right there.
Go ahead.
You're right.
My thing is with this with the La'el Collins versus the Ron Leary. I think that La'el Collins, he's so ready. He's better in run versus the pass. I love Ron Leary as it relates to pass protection, pass pro, what have you. But when it goes the run, that La'el Collins, he's like a little happy little giddy kid when he hear that run play. He's ready to hit somebody. He's ready to maul and roll over somebody. But I just think that just get too antsy or get too, I guess, impatient, lose some of his techniques when it relates to like pass rush and things of that nature. That's why you saw him get blown up a few times by the what's that kid on the green on the Giants? They paid all that money for.
Snacks Harrison.
Snacks, and then the other guy beat him too. What's that guy that beat Tyron Smith, and they paid him some of that money?
Olivier
blew him up, man. But it is what it is.
I think the biggest thing for La'el Collins, as long as he walks into the situation with confidence, he'll be just fine. When La'el starts to overthink a little bit, his brain moves faster than his feet does. Right, but we know La'el is his best when someone says, "Hey, hit him," and La'el gets to go, "All right, boom," and he gets to go hit people, right? But if he has to think about stuff, he got stunts to worry about. If there's this narrative that Tom Ali, Von Miller's coming into town, you got to block Khalil Mack this year, and when if he lets that narrative get to him, it could be a little bit of a situation. But I think as long as he walks in with confidence, he's a 3-year player now. Three. So and contract year. So when it's I think as long as he walks in confident, he should be confident as an NFL player. Now he's whooped enough people to go, okay, I'll be fine. Just be me. See what I'm
saying? Yes,
Voch, let me ask you. Can I ask you a question, Voch?
Go ahead, brother.
I like this, and that was my thing too, Law. I do like La'el in space when they let him pull. It was a couple clips going around when he would get out on a safety. Like, he has rare athletic ability. Mm-hmm. I think y'all just hit it on the head with my point of technique-wise, you would just say, whoa, what just happened? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's my only La'el gripe. And I got a question. I'm glad y'all brought the Giants up because I do have a question for everybody here that I think could stir the pot a little bit later when we get there, Law.
Quick though, one last point though. I will say, I know I just went for La'el at right tackle and Cooper at left guard. If you want to go with the familiarity, we did see Chaz Green at right tackle last year. He didn't die. So you can you can feel good kind of sort of about putting Chaz at right tackle if it gets too bad for La'el. Like, okay, just come back to guard and whoop people. You know what I mean? We know what La'el at left guard looks like, and we know what Chaz at right tackle looks like. I think that'll still be a solid line as well.
Chaz Green just got to stop being paper mache. He got
to stop laying down and going, ouch, man. You got to stop.
Hey, man, the next group, man, this position group is the tight end. I got Jason Witten, James Hanna, Jeff Swaim, or George Swaim, however you want to call him, and Rico Gathers. So, I mean, a lot of people, when I posted the video about that, they were saying that James Hanna is an injury-prone-esque type of guy. He can't stay healthy, but he's good, and he was drafted or picked up on the team to be a catching tight end, but they realized that he's better in blocking and things of that nature. So what do you guys feel collectively on this tight end? Who want to go first?
James had a low-key ran like a 4.6 or something like that, but we don't even look at him as that kind of dude. If I can go first, if that's cool, because I think this is the easiest one to kind of knock out. Well, not the easiest one, but Witten's gonna be here until he's not here anymore. Hannah is our blocking guy. Swaim, I think Dak built a little bit of rapport with Swaim, but my big point I wanted to get out is Rico Gathers is like the highest paid undrafted free agent of all time or something like that. So, right. There's no more hiding Rico Gathers. And also, I don't think you can put him on practice squads anymore because some other team might go claim him.
New England.
So, man, so I know y'all heard the reports, man. Y'all hardcore Cowboys fans. So I know y'all heard Tony Romo was taking Rico Gathers and whooping everybody out there. So, man, if Dak and Rico can, kind of figure that little thing out, get some chemistry, grab some rebounds in the end zone out there, I feel good about Rico being our second receiving option as far as Whit being the first receiving option and the first blocking option. Like, as far as passing downs go, I don't mind seeing Witten and Rico. And if it's time to go block, we can go put Witten and Hannah out there. Hannah is actually on the injury list right now. So he ain't even on the, he ain't even he's not against the books right now. So we may see some extra work from, Swaim and Rico and whoever they got at tight end on the roster right now.
Yeah. Yes, indeed, man. That's a good insight right there, man. Appreciate that.
Joe, you want it? And I go last?
Yeah, I'll go. So for the For the tight ends, yeah, it's definitely going to come down to these 4 guys here. I think they'll carry the 4 guys, but we got to see what happens with Hannah here. We got to see it, He didn't do anything here in OTA. Obviously, coming back, from the knee injury, and
right.
But let's see how he holds up. Let's see how much they give him here in training camp in the preseason. But yeah, for sure, Hannah will be there. Swaim, they like him. And Gathers, like Voch said, you can't hide him. You can't stash him away. They're either going to have to, for sure, keep him on the team or that's it. So you can't hide him. But I think they're good with these guys this year. But a lot of potential with Gathers, athletic as hell. I mean, the jump balls, as you said, and I feel good about them. I would prefer if Hannah could come back here, and contribute like he has in the other seasons. I think that piece there would ramp up the running game even more because Hannah it's arguably that he could be the better run blocker tight end on this team. So if he can get back out there and Zeke out there, we're going to terrorize some people big time.
No doubt.
I got it. All right. Y'all ready for this?
I know you got a big point. You wanted to go last.
You got some good stuff, boy. I can't wait.
And listen, and hey, fellas, don't throw nothing at me. But Joe knows this. This came up on Cowboys Huddle 2 weeks ago, Law, and it was one that, like you said, we get these people in our inboxes on our channels who don't sometimes like what we say, but this is just me outside thinking. I love Jason Witten, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Cowboys just gave him money.
Be careful.
Right?
No, man, be careful, man.
Tread lightly, man.
Tread lightly, fam.
Listen, he is the GOAT, right? But if you ask me, this is just me playing this is to see y'all faces is crazy. Listen, I'm not gonna say he's a stopgap for growth, because he shows the guy so much and he is such a leader that you can't take him off the field. You can't take him out of the locker room. However, when it comes to ability, you looking at guys like Hannah, and you looking at, if you just took Rico and what all the reports, like we said about Romo, I'm not saying that Jason Witten is his time to go, but I'm saying you're gonna cut somebody who has ability when Jason is gonna give you a five and turnaround, a 5 and out. He's gonna give you probably 2 false starts a game, and he's going to give you nothing after the catch. If you put Rico in this offense, just seeing him dunk the ball, you just put him in this offense. Now the question is, has he learned football? So I agree with you guys there. Jason Witten knows football. He's a 15-year vet. But if you put Rico in this offense, there's literally nothing that any defense in the league could do, because they just wouldn't have the personnel. They wouldn't have a DB or a safety that could check a Rico Gathers if they were playing, if they were bringing help in, because they would probably have a more of a tackler or more of a run support type of a safety in their alignment. Even if they were playing like a nickel, they wouldn't be able to bring 8 in the box, because you would be in no man's land with Beasley, Switz, and then you had a Rico maybe in a 4 wide. It would just be a matchup nightmare. I'm not saying that Jason shouldn't be on the team, but I'm just saying we're going to lose a good option here. Hannah has shown improvement throughout the years, correct? Hannah
when healthy, yeah.
When healthy, I'll give you that, Law. But then you're looking at Swaim. He's something. Swaim is something. Rico is, like you said, they gave him all that money, and him being an undrafted free agent, you don't give a guy that much money. You can't hire Rico anymore. Social media, this, that, and the third. A team will be chopping at the bits to get to Rico Gather. So just think about that. I'm just being objective here, because I met Jason Witten. I love Jason Witten, and I know that's a lot for y'all to handle, but
I will say.
Go ahead, because I was going to say that. Go ahead.
I will say, sometimes you must bow down to greatness and admit when you have something mistaken. Look, let me tell you something, bro. There's no telling how good this Dallas Cowboys team would be if we had a vertical threat in Martellus Bennett or Gavin Escobar, or hell, I seen Anthony Fasano go to another team and produce. I seen him go to Miami and produce.
That's my point.
And imagine how much better we'll be as a vertical threat. And we ain't even got to sit Jason on the bench. We could just increase the rotation a bit. If Jason would just take the responsibility of being the second tight end sometimes, right? Right. Let Rico be the lead dude for a couple quarters to get the vertical package going a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I love Jason Witten's reliability, and there's nobody I'd rather have in a 3-minute situation, 3rd and 2, and converting beyond the line of scrimmage. He knows just where it at. He knows how to get open. He knows he's a possession tight end. But in some scenarios, when we need a vertical guy, maybe Jason Witten is handicapping the verticality a little bit.
Thank you, Voch. Now, and one more thing to think about, Law, because I know Law is shocked. Law, like, no, big bro. And thank you, Voch, for just kind of hearing me out. This is my last point. I know you're gonna get to receivers, and I know the Ryan Switzer craze is coming. I'll let y'all talk about this. But here's my thing, Law. Where are snaps gonna come from for Switz?
And you hit me with that one when Jason is off the field, man. They come with
the. I mean, like,
man, y'all two sucker me into that, man.
No. Wait a minute, the young man got a point. He got
a point.
Because listen, man, Jason Witten, he had like what 300 receiving yards last year, something mediocre like that. Jason
where are snaps gonna come from?
He's definitely revitalized his career as a blocker in this run-first offense. Salute to Jason for taking the loss right there. But can you imagine if all of Jason's 5-yard receptions were a 15-yard Rico Gathers reception?
Run after catch, all of it.
I can only imagine. Even guys, you got to learn how to take a back seat in order to be great. And Jason's new role may be, when it's time for that package, I may have to be the second tight end and let young Swain go at it. Let young Rico get down. Oh, y'all need me to run the seams because they doubling Dez on the outside. They're going to crack down on B's, and they somehow got to figure out what to do with Zeke on this side, Dak scrambling, so they got him on spy. Rico got the seam wide open. I understand, but
yeah,
man, I know I ain't the only one drinking tonight, right?
no,
but look at this fam, guys. All right, so let's talk about the tight end that's off the ball responsibilities. You know, the tight end is the extension. He's a movable offensive lineman, right? The tight end has got to know everything out there on the before the ball is snapped. So you're talking about Voch know about this, the inline blocking. To be able to squeeze out to the outside and kick out to the outside, to know when to release, get up the field. Man, you mean to tell me that Rico Swam is learning a lot, but you mean to tell me Rico is going to be able to pick that stuff up? Or Rico is just a gadget at this point, and he's going to be the guy that's in the red zone. Granted, I would love to see Rico in the red zone when the ball gets to the least to the 30, put the package in and have Rico out there. But are you guys telling me that right now that Jason Witten just need to relinquish his entire role and just have the Swains out there of the world and the Rico Gathers out there of the world? I just want to hear you guys.
First and foremost, yes, we are drinking. We drinking yak, but it's yours at the catch yak. We're not saying Jason Witten got to relinquish his entire Cowboys responsibility because he still might be the most sure-handed guy on the team. But what I'm saying is when it's time to get vertical threats, and we need big plays, what is Jason Witten giving you besides a safety blanket? And they know that. The other team know they don't have to drift too far for Jason Witten. When you covering Gronk, when you covering Jordan Reed, you gotta consider those guys deeper than rap, beyond the first down. Jason gonna stop at the sticks, man, and we know that.
And you know what? And that's the only point that I listen, Law. Watching preseason, well, you won't see it much in preseason.
Yeah, you ain't gonna see them.
But all right, so watching in the season, don't be surprised if a shift is made because think about this, Law. We're a younger defense. Points are gonna be scored on us. Teams are gonna come in playing the Cowboys. We gotta score. We gotta score fast because we're gonna try to slow the game down, right? But if we get in those situations, like what happened in the Green Bay game, we got down early and we had to speed the game up. That's what teams are gonna have that mentality. The only way that we're gonna be able to put up points is if we have the best personnel out there. I'm not saying that Witten shouldn't be on the field, but you mean to tell me Ryan Switzer and Cole Beasley with Dez and Terrence on the outside? Now you in a 4 wide receiver package. If they come up and they got some slow safety up there or whoever, maybe you can hand it to Zeke. Maybe you can pass the ball quick out. Teams will be able to do nothing. And so my thing is, snaps are going to have to – like Jason at some point is going to have to sacrifice snaps. I know no Cowboy fan wants to hear that because he is Mr. Cowboy. But like I told Joe last week, just think of it objectively. Because there's no more, like, we're not going to sneak up on the league this year, Law. You know that.
All right, I know that.
Yep. So that's my only Witten point.
Joe, like, man, wrap this up, man. Wrap this up. Help me, man. What's going on? Wrap this up for me.
Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
Wrap it up for me, man.
At the end of the day, this is a lot of we got to see it on the field. We got to see the rapport with Dak and Gather before we even consider this. We know that the rapport is there with Witten. We know that Romo had the rapport with Gathers, here on the scout team. But we got to see it. We got to see it here before we start, divvying up or replacing snaps for different kinds of people. So that's what I want to see from them.
No doubt. Vochman, what you got, fam?
One last point, and we're gonna wrap this up. Everybody in the comment section, just understand me when I say this. I think we can all relate when I say we want to see Witten get a ring, but we ain't got to see Witten get another 1,000-yard season. We've seen enough of those. We just want Witten to have a ring. Whatever he contributes, I agree. It's up to him.
Go Jack Witten. Need that ring. Need the rings, man. All right. Let's move along, man. Wide receivers, I got Dez Bryant, Terrence Williams, Cole Beasley, Bryce Butler. I got a little asterisk by Bryce Butler's name, Ryan Switzer, and I got Lucky Whitehead being the odd man out. So, what do you guys think about this?
I couldn't agree more. I think you're locked in on that. I'll be short and sweet. The hype is Ryan Switzer. I agree. I just want everybody to pump their brakes because it always happens like that with Cowboys fans. We get so excited about a guy, then he come in, he may not produce, he may not be up for the physicalness. Like Jason runs a hard camp, so let's see him get hit in the league. Switzer is small, and I mean small. Now he is tough, and I watched a lot of North Carolina. He basically got Mitch Trubisky drafted, so respect to him. Yes. But I really want to see him do it live contact against these safeties, these NFL safeties, because going across the middle, you got to be a bold dude. And Cole Beasley has got rocked a couple times, so that's all I want to see. But he's the craze right now, and to me, the guy to watch is Noah Brown, Law. But that's my short and sweet.
Noah Brown and Anthony Jones too as well, and Lance Lenore. So
yes,
yeah.
I have 6 guys in my opinion. I think Dez, Terrence, Cole, and Lil Cole gonna be safe. But Bryce Butler has pretty much said, "I'm tired of y'all messing with me." Like, Bryce Butler been showing out from what I've been seeing, and sometimes you gotta go draft Lil Cole to put a little fire up under him. Sometimes you gotta wave your finger. You gotta hit him with that. You're moving with your uncle and auntie and Bear Larry finger wave to let them know, hey man, if you don't show up this year, it's over. Right, so Bryce showed up, and Dak found Bryce a little bit, last season. So they good with that. I think we should have a moment of silence for Lucky Whitehead. I think he's going to be making the biscuits at Popeyes next year. But my 6th guy is going to be Noah Brown. Don't get me wrong.
Wow.
Noah Brown is going to be the guy, in my opinion, that makes the 53, but he won't make the 46. But teams wanted Noah Brown. Teams want to Noah Brown. Noah ain't no scrub, and Dallas know Noah ain't no scrub. And you're not going to be able to put Noah on the practice squad because he's another one of those guys they'll go pick from you. Noah, he's like Lil Dez kind of, sort of, but a little more ass whoop to him. He may actually win a fight. I haven't seen Dez Bryant win a fight yet. Noah Brown will go out there and win a fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to add that nastiness to this receiving core, and just in case. Dez likes to lay down and go ouch. Switzer's a little dude. Bryce Butler, you know, he can be up and down. He can be up and down.
Brother, preach.
I don't think there's a problem having a 6-man like Noah Brown because you can't put him on practice squad. I don't think there's a problem like having a 6 guy like Noah Brown just in case.
Man.
And for all y'all people out there that don't seem to understand how the Cowboys can fit Cole Beasley and Lil Cole on the field at the same time, well, they're the same guy. Why would you draft him? Well, Dak's not a gunslinger. Dak goes out there and he does surgery, right?
Exactly.
So why not give him the tools he need to go do surgery? Tom Brady can go out there with 4 Cole Beasleys and get the job done. Give Dak the kind of guy he needs so we can get this job done, man.
Preach, brother, preach, man, bro.
I'm sorry,
5, man.
I'm sorry, Joe. I keep taking all the points, man. I'm sorry, Joe. I keep taking all the points.
Joe, man, what you got, fam?
First of all, I love you getting all of us together here. This is an awesome discussion. All right. So, but for me, for receivers, yeah, I'm going with Dez, Bryce, Terrence, Cole, and Switz for my locks for 5. Now, as far as carrying 6. I think it'll be close. It's going to be, you know, are we going to go short here and go deeper at another position like corner or safety or one of these other areas? But those are my locks. I'm with you, Whitehead. Odd man out. It's about time. You know, we need to jumpstart the special teams. He's part of that, and you know we gotta watch how Cole does here with his hamstring tendonitis. You know, supposedly he's good to go and he'll be ready for camp, but it's something to keep an eye on. So we'll see what they do there. But Whitehead, he's probably out of here, man.
No doubt, man. So if you move one of those tight ends, yeah, you can move 6 wide receivers on the board. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense, guys. So as we're approaching towards the end, man.
Quick question.
Go ahead.
Like, how do y'all feel about Dez Bryant being a punt return guy? Like, I know we just drafted Lil Cole to be punt return guy, but I feel like Dez Bryant as a punt return guy is way different than Lil Cole as punt return guy. I think we should at least, in big game situations, at least give Dez Bryant a shot at punt return.
Situational, yeah. You know, Dion did it for us back in the days, and some of the guys that used to kick off punt return for us did those situational punt returns. I think that you can probably get away with it depending on where you're at on the field.
Yeah, I think he just has to be smart, Voch.
Yeah.
Dez, you know, and this is I had a question, Law. I know you're probably gonna wrap up soon, but I had a question. But Dez's IQ, if he can be smart, sometimes he has to know you can't run 10 people over, twist your ankle, twist your body, stiff arm somebody, because that's those freakish injuries. And you know, you got guys on the punt kickoff team, they're not stars, so they just want to come down and crush somebody. Or they just, you know, they're just trying to get some action. So you just got to be careful.
When Dez Bryant got hurt last year, and you know, Dak didn't force passes. He was phenomenal with just Terrence and Bryce. So I'm not gonna push that narrative because I don't want the Dez fans coming to hate me. I got a jersey in my chair right now, but you know, he didn't force pass the Dez. Now he just now got his continuity with Dez towards the in the Giants game. We saw it. We saw what Dez Bryant, you know, and Dak was able to do. And look, for all y'all Dez Bryant haters, I know I'm going off on a tangent. For all y'all Dez Bryant haters, man, look, Dez Bryant he's had to deal with Matt Castle and damn Stephen McGee, not even Stephen McGee, and Kellen Moore. Like, he got hurt, then he had quarterback changes, then he came in with a rookie. Okay, y'all act like Dez Bryant ain't good if you want to, but let that 2014 dude come back and you're gonna shut your mouth and tuck your tail. I think Dak finally got his continuity and his chemistry with Dez right. Shut your mouth, man.
Man,
Dez Bryant back. Boy. Go get him in your fantasy team. Dez Bryant is back.
There we go.
Throw up the X, man. Throw up the X, brother. Throw up that X. Yeah, what I'm talking about right there. Dez gonna be back, man. And I was telling everybody last video, I was saying that the Detroit Lions Dez, right? And believe it or not, the Green Bay Packers Dez during the playoff. Ooh, he gonna get there, man. He's gonna get there.
That night, get back. We're going to all the Super Bowls.
Yes, indeed, man. So we went over the wide receivers, right? So now we're gonna jump over to the excuse me, the running backs, right? I got Ezekiel Elliott, I got Darren McFadden, Rod Smith, Keith Smith. Alfred Morris, the odd man out because he can't play special teams, nor he can catch out of the backfield, and he's not that great in pass pro. But I just want to say this right here. Did you guys know that they opened up another investigation on, not another investigation. They still saying that, words on the street, that Zeke can still get suspended for his alleged, quote-unquote, off-the-field shenanigans with the young lady who tried to set him up with the okie doke. How do you guys feel about that? Is he a guy that we're going to have to always worry about, can't sleep good throughout the night because we hear news about Zeke? Or what's going on with that, man? How y'all feel on that?
I don't think he'll get suspended, but it's unfortunate that Cowboys news is the best news. If the league was gonna do something to him, it would have been done already. If some running back in San Francisco, if Carlos Hyde would have had a situation on him, we wouldn't know nothing about it. We would have no idea. Wouldn't make the headlines. But the fact that it's the first round pick, 4th overall, Zeke, the fact that he's a Cowboys running back, it's a big story. It's a big narrative behind it. This stuff should have been done. The police done. What is the NFL still doing? There's no investigation. We saw the text messages. We saw the girl telling her friend, "Hey girl, I'm about to set Zeke up. You want some money?" We saw those texts. So what are we still looking at, man? It's just great narrative for the league and for media to go in on the Cowboys like that. And I can't stand it. It's sickening personally. I hate it.
Yes, indeed, man. It's crazy. Joe, man, what you got, fam?
Man, I'm right there with you, with everybody here. The whole Zeke thing here is just, they've been dragging it on. I wish they would just come out and say, "Hey, this is official. This is over. We'll let you guys move on." But it is what it is. It's the Cowboys, and sometimes it feels like Goodell is out for us. That may not be the case, but that's just what it feels like sometimes, So it just sucks, man. I wish it would go away. Do we have to worry about Zeke here moving forward? Hopefully not. Hopefully some of the vets get with him and kind of reel him in. Des Bryant, Foots has talked about this before. He started his career kind of rocky. Never got suspended though, but he had some time here where it was kind of rocky, just as far as like getting in the news and ways you don't want it to be. So hopefully, maybe Des can reach out and reel him in a little bit. But at the end of the day, these guys are grown men. But you shouldn't have to tell them, what to do or whatever. But we'll see what they do, man. We'll see, man.
I just short and sweet, Voch. You do a lot of college stuff. I actually watched some of your stuff even before we got on this, and had been just a fan of it. So you do a lot of great stuff, and I've told Joe this and Law, this is my stance on Zeke. 10-year player. There hasn't been a running back in this that's coming out, that's entered the draft, and obviously came into the league, that has been this clean of a prospect probably since Adrian Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows, and it's not offensive line. Like, our offensive line is good. Darren McFadden got 1,000 yards. But Zeke also had 900 yards after contact. So it's not just, or it was 9-8, it was some ridiculous number after contact as well. So the fact of the matter is, Zeke on the field is a once every 10-year player. I love all these guys that just came into the league. Fournette is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have the vision of a Zeke. Doesn't have the breakaway long speed. Can't catch like Zeke.
Blocking.
McCaffrey is shifty, but he's not as strong as Zeke and some of the other guys, and even Saquon Barkley coming in next year. All that being said, on the field, Law, no problem. But Zeke does scare me off the field. He's 21 years old. I get it. But I just don't want it to be always something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The weed thing, always something. The pulling the girl's shirt down, that really irritated me. Because you got to be smarter. And I didn't like that at all. I got a little sister. To me, I know you having fun, but I just didn't like that. Like, you're the face of the league now. You're one of the faces of the league now, whether you want to be or not. That's one thing I love about LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
From the time he got in the league to, now he's been clean. He's been a role model. Zeke, with all this hype comes a lot of responsibility. So I just don't want him to be an always something guy, Law, because you know what I mean. So let's hope that it's not.
I'm praying that it's not too, man. It just always like, man, I guess they was like shooting for ratings and stuff like Voch said. Dallas always in the news. So Who do you guys got, man? As far as the running backs, do you go with the Jahad Thomases of the world, or do you like the two fullbacks that I got, Ross Smith and Keith Smith, or they're just kind of like pouring it on too much, where they can just escape away with three running backs?
What's keeping Keith Smith alive is somebody got to play kickoff and punt return and punt team. You know what I'm saying? So and plus he can play linebacker. Plus he plays fullback. Ross Smith, I don't know. We'll see. They like Jahad Thomas, but man, they like Gus Johnson too, and they liked they like the kid we just sent to the Browns last year.
Jack
Jackson.
Yeah. There's Jackson. We liked him too. You know what I mean? So if you Jahad Thomas, you going around saying, "Mama, they like me." You better what? Boy, you better make them this. Boy, you better go fumble or something. You better go make them make nature. But yeah, man, Zeke clearly, McFadden clearly. Not only did McFadden get 1,000 yards behind his line, but he stayed healthy. Salute to Darren McFadden, played 16 games.
Shout out to him.
Morris, hey man, Alfred Morris gonna have to be mopping the floors at Costco, man. Sorry, bro, but I think when he came into the game last year, mind you, I think Zeke was on the sideline too much last year. First and foremost, I think Alfred Morris, man, he looked a step behind, man. Some people will call it patience. That ain't patience, because when you're being patient, you stop moving, but your feet don't. You know what I mean? You would see Alfred Morris he would keep moving, but he looked slow, flat out of shape. He's not that same dude that he was from 3 years ago. He's in a lower place. You know what I mean? So Alfred Morris may be up out of here. Hey man, Keith, Rod, D-Mac, Zeke.
Sound like a plan. Hey, anybody else got anything else?
Nothing on the running backs.
Nothing on the running backs. QBs, I got Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott. And we all know they making the team, but especially Kellen Moore. He's the what do you call that? The teacher's not teacher's pet. Yeah, he teaches pet. So
I think we gotta put Jamil Showers into some sort of consideration here, because we know he's not playing safety this year. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about that though, Voch?
What's up?
I went to training camp last year. Jamil Showers looked good in camp. I'm serious, at quarterback.
Wasn't bad. Yep.
He wasn't bad. It's just crazy how fate is.
Preseason last year he did well, man, but we had to cut some tires and people had to get hurt, and we had to lose some house keys in order for Dak Prescott to just step right in perfectly and be the guy. I ain't mad that it happened.
That would be funny, man. What he's wearing, like number 28? I'm playing quarterback with number 28.
Kellen Moore?
No, Showers.
Jamil Showers, yeah.
For this preseason.
He better not play. He better not be wearing 28 at quarterback. He better have 2 jerseys.
Hey man, that's pretty much about it, man. Unless you guys want to go out, and I'm not gonna kick over I'm not gonna stir up this thing with the Colin Kaepernick and RG3, bringing them into the team, as far as the extra quarterback that we can take a look at. But do you guys have anybody in mind that outside of Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott?
Not right now.
If you can make Zach Martin your long snapper and get rid of LP Ladouceur to somehow make enough room for like some other quarterback option, would you do it? I'm just being stupid.
LP Ladouceur, man, he's a staple piece out there. Him and Witt, Goldjack and Witt, been on the team forever.
I was simply creating narrative like the NFL Network does.
Yes, indeed, man. That's a good show, man. Hey, man, that was like, man, you guys went over everybody. It was real good, man. I like you guys bringing the information, the flavor out there. That was just nice for everybody to see your guys' perspective out there on the roster. Anything you guys want to give out or let us know?
Real quick, Law, because just again, like Joe said, man, thanks for just getting us all together. This is fun, yo. This is good stuff. I think YouTubers, fans are gonna like it. You do a great job just keeping us on the rails, man. I appreciate that. And keeping us just driving this bus home. Now, this is just one quick, and it doesn't have to be a long answer. Dez against good corners, and the question was brought to me in my group chat. I'm in a sports group chat. Obviously, they hate the Cowboys, me being up in D.C. and all. And Janoris Jenkins has some words against Dez. I mean, about Dez. Basically, he runs 2 routes, Ray, this, that, and the third. What do you guys think about Dez's route tree and Dez against elite competition? And maybe we can answer this next time. But I know for me that Giants game, the reason why Janoris looked so good against Dez last year was because number one, I hate the way that Linehan called the Giants game last year.
That's number the first one or the second one?
The second one.
Second game, okay.
I hated that law. Number two, Dak hadn't really came into his own with Dez. They hadn't really gained that rapport. So obviously it looked like, Janoris Jenkins had Dez locked. But against good corners, what do you guys think about Dez? Just a quick, what do you guys think?
I think he's in for a surprise, man. For me, I think you're going to see that 2014 Dez. And just Jenkins versus the 2014, you're in trouble, man. I mean, that's just it. This guy tormented the secondary in 2014, and that's where I think he's going to be at. Another year with Dak. He's going to show them. He's going to show these guys what's up.
I want to say the Cowboys played the Rams one year and Dez was whooping up on Janoris, but I could be tripping.
No, he did. He gave him that double move.
In my humble opinion, bro, and it has a lot to do with Linehan, man. The second game, we forced a lot of stuff, man. I would like for Dez's catches to not always be circus catches, or his targets to not always be these circus catches, these big, let me jump over you type catches. I think we should feed Dez a lot more slants. We should give Dez a lot more bubbles and let him run over people. We should get the ball in Dez's hands on reverses. I know we did it with Lucky Whitehead a lot. Let Dez run the damn reverse and, put his hands on people. Dez can run a lot of routes, man. It's just that, Linehan just kind of limits him to 2. Get the ball in his hands. Let him be big. If you're going to make him do a circus catch, do it in the end zone where he only has 5 yards to play with. Don't do it in the middle of the field and he has to run 30 yards, then turn around and play jump ball. There's safety help there, right? Like, let him do it when he's isolated, when Janoris Jenkins is on Dez Island and Dez is running the right type of one-on-one routes. I feel good about Dez versus Janoris, man. All the other stuff, man, is bull crap, man. I have to fight in my Facebook group every single day, man. People think that Janoris Jenkins is just this elite corner. Dez. Honestly, Janoris Jenkins is the best build of corner to deal with Dez. Janoris ain't do that against Antonio Brown because he don't deal with shifty guys like that. Dez, when he's running the correct type of routes, if he can be physical with Janoris, he gets the ball early, gets a little bit of yak on the back end. I feel good about Dez versus Janoris, versus anybody.
Yes, indeed. No doubt, man. And I feel the same thing about Dez, man. When you just look at his film collectively and you just see how he's explosive out this route, he's limiting his tree in a sense because he round his routes a little bit. I think that he plays emotional, but he's strong in a sense. And I think that he just been like he hampered with injuries and hampered with the bad QB play of not the Kellen Moore, but also Kellen Moore when he passed the interception when he played against the Jets game. I think it's just fickle in the process, but also if you get Dez involved early in the game, I think that he can find a way to dominate from there. And I just think that he's going to have a explosive coming out again this year, So he's going to be that guy that's forced to be reckoned with out there. Mark my words.
Dez doesn't even have to have sharp, precise route running. Like that's not how he wins. That's how guys like Cooper in Oakland wins, right? Dez wins by catch radius and being bigger than you, bullying you, man. Let Dez bully some people, man. Let's do this.
I agree.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl in the house, man. We're going all the way, right?
Where we going? Minnesota?
I can see it, man. I can see it.
Yes, indeed, man. So anything else you guys want to lay off your mind and put anything out there for the masses?
Just, support these guys' channels, support us. You got it all, man. Just
yes, indeed. So Joe, man, before we run, man, where we can find you at, man?
You can find me at cowboysblog.net, and obviously on YouTube at just Cowboys Blog. You search for me there, I'll pop up there. So follow me there, and then on Instagram and Twitter, it's CowboysBlogNet. I do a lot of tweets, and on Instagram I just do more of my offline stuff, doing some crazy stuff here and there. But follow me there. Appreciate it, guys.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for joining in to the roundtable, fam. What about you, Foots?
Same thing, Law. You know, I'm a musician, so I'm doing a lot of music things and just kind of being myself on the Instagram and Twitter. It's Foots the King. Always tweeting positive things, tweeting about sports. And once the NFL season pops up, I'll be hitting the NFL heavy on the Twitter and the Instagram. So it's Foots the King, FOOTSDAKING, and then Cowboys Nation TV. So Cowboys Nation TV on a YouTube or just Cowboys Nation. It should pop up. And I'm just doing my content and just being inspired by you all. Law, you are OG. And Joe Rod is also great. And then Voch, his college coverage and everything that he does. I'm a fan of it all. So you guys make sure support me, but support these guys also.
No doubt, man. That's good stuff, man. Voch, man, where we can find you at, man? Where we can look you up at?
And it's Voch Lombardi. Y'all holding it down for the Doski Woes and the Peasky Whiskey, man, trying to drop these bows like Dusty Rose. Salute to y'all for having me, man. Thank you so much. Like I said earlier, it's a great opportunity to finally be a part of the Dallas Cowboys community, man. I break down film on everybody. So in this pre-draft process, you want to know about these quarterbacks, about these running backs, man, come to YouTube, follow me, Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI. Follow me on Twitter, Voch Lombardi, the same thing. Appreciate you, man.
No doubt, fam. And what about this speed, strength, and ass whoop? Break that down for us before we run to as well.
Let me tell you something, man. I was watching a little film on Myles Garrett, and someone tried to get me to explain him in a nutshell. And when I was first watching him, you know, Myles isn't the most technical player. He doesn't have the refined skills. So they was asking me, what's so good about Myles Garrett? I say, man, you know, he's fast, he's strong, and he whoops people. His speed, strength, his ass whoop. That's the best way to summarize Myles Garrett. And, you know, since then I've put it on a shirt. So come find me, man. You'll find the link to go get that shirt, Speed, Strength, Ass Whoop. It's amazing. Salute.
No doubt, guys. Hey, salute to this guy right here, man. He got shirts and everything out there. Go to his website, pick up the shirts, and also check out my guy Joe. Check out my guy Foots the King. And hey, this is your brother from another mother. No other. I don't look like Danny Glover, but I keep it cool with you guys. This is your brother, Law Nation in the house. And hey, peace. Until we meet again. How about them Cowboys? I'm out.
Peace.